And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Raiders ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Raiders looking to add to their advantage. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Putting a receiver in motion. To throw here on 1st down. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Completed to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They bring the tight end in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They've got a man in motion. 1st down from the red zone. Hits his running back. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Motioning the tight end left. They'll send him up the middle. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Only a gain of 2 and maybe a goal line stand here. It's 4th and goal. Just 4 seconds left, Brock. Only time for one play, and it's going to be a field goal try. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. So at halftime, the Raiders fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Gamble now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's why you often see some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Back to throw, Hurts. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, if the word safety was used, and it's not a lot in NFL locker rooms, but if it was at halftime, it was about safe throws, good decisions, consistent plays. It was not about a safety to begin this second half, and that's what we nearly saw. Not the kind of start this offense wanted. It's got to overcome a bit of adversity.
So out now comes the punter. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. He's got it near midfield. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. He manages 13 on this punt return. And they're going to take over possession. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Eagles nothing.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Covey now to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now outruns their offense to take over. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
On 1st down, Hurts escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Short side option here. He's running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
To the air, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
A 6-yard loss.
Protection is always tested against a blitz, especially with all the different ways the defenses today disguise them. Couldn't quite account for the number of rushers that time, and it ends just how you expect. The quarterback needing a little help to get picked up off the grass.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Ball taken in at the 36. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. He puts together an excellent 33 yards on the run back. And the Raiders are going to like where they get to start out for this drive. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
And Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense, just a few chapters ahead. Each time the defense tries to make an adjustment, well, the offense has a counter ready to go. Lesser passing games would have had some serious trouble trying to keep up with this pace.
They've got first down from the 31. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Allen sent in motion right. 2nd and 13. Allen on the catch. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Covey now to return this. And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense making its way back out now. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
His name goes on the stat sheet for that sack, but it's the coverage who truly earned it. They go to dime coverage to shut down any type of pass, and everybody in the secondary doing their jobs, tying up the throwing lanes until they could get home to the quarterback and bring him down. That is the epitome of a coverage sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
Now Hurts on third and long. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over with a short field. They're at the 28-yard line.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. A give now from the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Looking for a throw here. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Option give here. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. They put a receiver in motion right. This time it's a passing play. Cut near the goal line. He has the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
They'll set up here for the point after. The point after splits the upright. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Gamble now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's got Smith. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
No question, this guy's a student of the game, and he's putting in the study hours, researching any weakness in these linemen and taking advantage of it. And once we hit game day right here, Kate, the students become the teacher, and what a lesson he's performing.
The Raiders go a nickel on this 3rd down. Hurts. Fights off the pressure. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
Their punter making his way out now. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He fields it cleanly. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Option design here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Blown back gets the handoff. Blast through midfield. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Zach Bond with the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Down the sideline inside the 30. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right up the gut, but come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, Well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch, too.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Throwing off the play fake here. And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders trying to end this before the final quarter. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Gamble now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Just a little reminder right there that he's more than a passer. They'll call his number as a runner too, especially if the defenses don't account for him.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. 4-step, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I wish every fan could just get the perspective on the field. When you stand on the sidelines, you realize how fast this game is. And as a QB, you've got to understand. When you get that amount of time, you've got to get rid of the ball because this game moves in a hurry.
Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Brought in at the 41. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Design bootleg here. And he'll go down here at the 16. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Man in motion here. They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Kicking team out to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Covey now to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got 2 options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers, and that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now Hurts. Oh no, he lost lost control of another one. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I get the feeling, Brock, an already substantial lead is about to grow yet again as they take over here with 1st and goal. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Motion man right is Smith. 1st down throwing for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. Good little rip there, looks like about 6. Divine Diablo there on the tackle.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Eagles football, and they'll look for points here, but might be too little too late in a lopsided 4th quarter. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. Escapes the pocket. Wow, it's free again! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Getting out to his left. He's on the move. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. He has it at the 22. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. Past midfield at the 45. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. They send a man in motion. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Eagle 16-yard line.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Setting up to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Campbell now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, Watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. From the pistol, Hurts. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Boy, this defensive crew is locked in, and that O-line's head, they are a-spinning. Back-to-back sacks has this offense on skates, and those blockers can't figure out where this rush is coming from next.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Hurts setting up to throw. Oh, and the ball is out in the end zone. And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Covey now to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. The opportunity to win this game is, well, it's long gone, Brock. They're down to their last opportunities now to avoid the shutout as well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Short throw, tipped, oh, but he's still got it. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
On first down, Hurts. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything, and this defense just proved he couldn't.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I don't mind a little surprise every once in a while. That's not an obvious running situation on second and long, but this front more than prepared for the offense to try to pull that surprise.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. Third down coming up. Back to throw, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Awareness. Awareness is so critical of where those defenders are down the field to find that open receiver, but it's just as important, Kate, in the pocket. Having awareness of what's going on around you, the QB didn't, and the defense registers a sack.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's brought down before the return gets far.
First and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders are running them out of the building. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Covey now to return this. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This offense ready to get going again now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here.